A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran.
Wait, what?
But we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
Pre-election. But when Trump has no more elections?
New strikes across Tehran tonight as the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran is expanding, systematically destroying Iran's military, blowing up its missiles, and killing its leaders.
Why the hell now?
But if we didn't do what we're doing right now, you would have had a nuclear war and they would have taken out many countries because you know what? They're sick people.
But didn't we just last summer?
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
You're not Southern. It's terror, not terror.
Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Totally obliterated, eh? So not because of nukes. Why then?
It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
But you said their nuclear program was obliterated. So again, why?
We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again? Obliterated.
Obliterated like your legacy.
Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime.
There were imminent threats.
People familiar with the matter who say Trump administration officials acknowledged in closed-door briefings with congressional staff there was no intelligence suggesting Iran planned to attack United States forces first. Iran's foreign minister responded to Secretary Rubio, writing on social media, he, quote, admitted what we all knew. The U.S. has entered a war of choice on behalf of Israel. There was never any so-called Iranian threat.
There absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us. And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded, because the Department of War assessed that if we did that, if we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them.
So our ally, Israel, forced our hand?
They had to evaluate the threats to the U.S., to our troops, to our installations, to our assets in the region and beyond. And they determined, because of the exquisite intelligence that we had, that if Israel fired upon Iran and took action against Iran to take out the missiles, then they would have immediately retaliated against U.S. personnel and assets.
So our ally Israel forced our hand.
To the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
Oh, this war is a freedom fight for the Iranian people?
For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight.
Put America last?
Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond.
Oh my God, he's going to blame them when things go south.
This is not a so-called regime change war. But the regime sure did change.
So Trump had an 8-minute long conversation with reporters over at Axios. Barack Ravid is one of them. And in that conversation, Trump allegedly said that he needs to be personally involved in selecting Iran's next leader, just as he did in Venezuela.
So not for them to take.
I mean, Venezuela was so incredible because we did the attack and we kept government totally intact. And we have Delcy, who's been very good. We have the whole chain of command, and they've been, look, the relationship's been great.
So who are you looking to install in Iran?
Well, most of the people we had in mind are dead. So, we had some in mind from that group that is dead. And now we have another group. They may be dead also, based on reports. So I guess you have a third wave coming in. Pretty soon we're not going to know anybody.
Sounds like you thought this through.
There's no reason why the miracle of the reestablishment of the temple on the Temple Mount is not possible.
That's the Secretary of War right now, overseeing the war with Iran that people fighting it are starting to say actually is about rebuilding this third temple. It's the same man.
Holy shit. They think they're doing God's work. What could go wrong?
We are not at war. We have no intention of being at war. The President and the Department of Defense have made this very clear. The Department of War has made it very clear. This is a limited operation. It's an operation that's limited in its scope and duration.
Absurd. They think we're stupid.
This is not Iraq. This is not endless.
Already substantially ahead of our time projections, but whatever the time is, it's okay. Whatever it takes, we will always, and we have right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that.
President Trump has all the latitude in the world to talk about how long it may or may not take. 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks. It could move up, it could move back. We're going to execute at his command the objective.
Are there measures being taken not to eliminate other possible alternatives to leadership?
This is war, and we're taking out the threat. And if you're part of the threat, then you're a target.
You'll concede this is war.
We haven't declared war. They declared war on us, but we haven't.
War, Secretary Hicks said
we haven't declared.
Just now, you said this is war.
They've called it war.
They've called it war. What I was saying. Okay, well, that was a misspoke. What I was saying that they've declared war on us, but war is ugly. It always has been ugly. But we're taking out a regime that's been trying to attack us for quite some time.
But you're not conceding this is war.
We have declared war. So if we haven't declared war, then I don't see that. The president hasn't asked us to declare war yet, but they have declared war on us. We're just simply fighting the threat that's been at our door for 47 years.
At our door for 47 years. Shut the fuck up.
We're not at war right now. We're 4 days in to a very specific, clear.
Let's see. Pentagon preparing for U.S. war with Iran to last until September.
We know from Iraq how important it is to have a clear rationale, to have a clear reason, and to articulate that both to the American people and to the rest of the world. Because if you don't, if the reasons keep changing, it was because Israel was going to attack, it was because we were under imminent threat, then you undermine confidence in other countries around the world. And other countries around the world will then start to say, well, what do we need to do now? What do we need to do to have our own mechanisms for defense? And you know what they start doing? They start looking at the countries that are not being attacked. Russia is not being attacked. China is not being attacked. North Korea is not being attacked. And you quickly get into a position where people start thinking,
The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war.
Injuries. In Kuwait, 3 U.S. fighter jets were shot down and seen plummeting from the sky. The Pentagon said it was friendly fire.
Iran has targeted American military bases in more than a dozen other countries, which led many nations to shut down airspace. The State Department says it started charter flights to get thousands of stranded Americans out of the troubled area. Iranian state media reporting more than 1,200 people have been killed since Saturday. Lebanon reporting just over 100 deaths. Around a dozen people are dead in Israel, and 6 U.S. troops have also been killed.
B-2s, B-52s, B-1s, Predator drones, fighters, controlling the skies, picking targets. Death and destruction from the sky, all day long.
Coming after strikes on U.S. oil giants Halliburton and KBR. Fire breaking out in their offices and warehouses in Iraq. As Israel and the U.S. continue to trade blows with Iran, neighboring countries continue to be dragged into this conflict. In Lebanon, where the Iran-backed group Hezbollah is trading fire with Israel. And the toll of this growing conflict is being felt right across the country. An estimated 500,000 civilians have been displaced, many fleeing to central Beirut for refuge, but finding little relief. A disused city mall has taken on a new purpose. Vacant shops turned into makeshift shelter.
What's happening with Cuba is amazing, and we think that we want to finish this one first, but that will be just a question of time before.
It sounds like the Russians are helping Iran target and attack Americans now.
I have a lot of respect for you. You've always been very nice to me. What a stupid question that is to be asking at this time. We're talking about something else.
You're asking me about war? About our American service members being targeted by an adversary at a time like this when I'm trying to solve the transfer portal?
They think we're stupid.